What's up, guys? Craig Mack here, Liberty Bell Beekeeper. So this is something apart from beekeeping. Today we're talking about gardening. I have my container garden out back, which I'm working on to get ready, and I'm way behind as usual. But this year I'm making a real effort to get some of the basic things that I use all the time as far as vegetables going in good supply, so I can store and freeze and have those available to me all year long. So I have a hydroponic setup that I'll show you in another video, as well as my container gardens, which are soon to be irrigated, another set of videos I'll be doing. But for right now, I'm starting my seeds and come across a video. It seems to be real popular right now. It's called Snail seeding, I believe, or seed snails. So basically what they use is some kind of medium. I've run across a couple, but I have some bubble wrap that I had laying around, and I'm going to use that. So essentially what you do is you line this bubble wrap with soil, you roll it up, and it creates what looks like a seed snail pictured here. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to go about doing it. So I got a tape measure here, and I'm going to cut my bubble wrap into 3-foot length. I have this old countertop that I took out of a house not long ago. I'm going to use that as my table here. So I'm going to just use a Miracle-Gro potting mix. Nothing fancy. I imagine you could use any medium that you wanted in that respect, peat or compost or whatever. But this is just a pot mix that, again, I had a bag of this laying around. It's not enough to fill in my garden, so it's perfect for this. So all I'm going to do is take this potting soil and lay it out on my bubble wrap. I guess I'm doing maybe about a 3/4 inch layer across this. A couple of the tips that I saw is to not go crazy with soil, but you need a decent amount that the seeds can be blocked off from the sunlight, and you should leave a little bit of space on the end for when you roll it up, so it doesn't just push all of the soil out. So I've seen this done a couple of ways, and I'm going to sow my seeds into this directly before I roll it. So I'm going to start first with green beans. We eat a ton of green beans. These are a bush bean, not a vine bean. These are burpee beans, Bush Blue Blake 47. I've grown these in the past and they work great. So again, I'm just going to sow these seeds probably every 2 or 3 inches. I have my tape measure laid out so I can kind of judge how far apart they are. I guess I'm going about 3 inches apart. And just going to sow them towards the top, maybe about 1.5 inches below the edge of the bubble wrap. And this 3 feet roll allows me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm just going to fill these in. Beans are pretty easy to grow. They sprout really quickly, and they grow pretty quickly, and they also afford you multiple harvests in a year. If you collect your beans and let the plant grow, it will sprout more. So I like green beans personally as a vegetable in my garden, but they're also super easy to grow and to grow a lot. Now I prefer the bush bean because it doesn't grow very big, and I am in container gardens and I'm trying to maximize my growth. And these are going to be in my hydroponic setup. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the end of this over to hold my soil, and we're going to loosely roll this. And you can see already that actually first, before I do that, I'm going to moisten this soil. So I have my sprayer here, and I'm going to make this not soaking wet, but I'm going to make it pretty damp and moist. Being wrapped in the plastic, it should, you know, in the bubble wrap, it should hold a good bit of that moisture, but of course keep them hydrated over the next couple of weeks while they're sprouting and growing. Now this is not meant to be long term, this is meant to be a seed starter. It's an effective way to have a lot of seeds in a small amount of area. So now that let me give that one more spray. Now that I've soaked my soil, I'm going to just take this seed roll. I'm going to fold the end over and I'm going to just roll it loosely. It starts to push the soil a little bit, but I don't want to bulldoze that necessarily over. I am leaving the seeds exposed here and they will be growing next to the plastic, but I don't know if you can see this in the video, the soil is kind of bunching up and over top of the seeds, but they'll all be encased and housed inside of the bubble wrap roll. So I'm just loosely rolling this over, and I'm going to take my end and fold it up, and I'm going to use a piece of blue painter's tape, because that's what I have. I imagine rubber bands or something like that would work just fine as well. I just have blue painter's tape all over the place, so I'm using that. I'm going to use a piece of that to secure my roll and hold it together. And there it is. And that's why it's called the seed snail, because it looks kind of like a snail shell. So as you can see, there's 15 plants started in this seed patch. So I'm going to just take a little bit of soil and sprinkle it across the top to cover this and wet that. So now this 15 seeds started in about a 6-inch square. So I can set as many of these as I need to in a tray under my grow lights until they sprout. So this is a neat idea. I know it's become pretty popular across Instagram and there's a whole bunch of videos about it. So I'm going to give it a whirl for something new to try my seeds in. Hope you like that. Thanks for watching.